All right, so what are you saying about the arena? 10 years,
Well,
it's going to be
it's the
well,
idea of this team is going to get sold in the next 18 months, right? There
yeah.
will be a new
Oh
owner.
yeah.
And as part of that, and Adam Silver, he didn't just say that for S's and giggles. He said the team's probably going to need a new arena. It's the fifth oldest arena in the league. Madison Square Garden doesn't count. Two of the others are getting complete and total refreshes, not like little facelifts. I mean, completely redone over the next couple years. New Orleans is trying to angle for a new building right now. The Sixers are getting a new building. So I mean, you are in one of the worst building spaces in the NBA. So while I don't think that the fear mongering of are we going to lose the Blazers, I don't necessarily think that's warranted. I do think it brings up the interesting question of in 18 months when this team is sold, what is the plan? Because the little renovation they're doing here at Moda and putting up a new scoreboard and refreshing it a little bit, that may get you through until the new arena gets built. But this is going to have to be addressed. And so the question becomes, is there any public money to be had here, or is it completely on the $2 billion of the owner to put his own money into it? Even if he is willing, or they, I don't want to say he, she, they, the
Yeah,
editorial
jerk.
we,
What's that about?
I'm being a sexist pig, and I apologize.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
whoever buys the team, let's say you buy the team for 4 and you're like, okay, we're going to build a $2 billion arena. Where does that go? Because if you build it on site, you can't really do that like they did at Key Arena in Seattle because you have to have the Blazers play somewhere. I'm assuming it's not going to be at Memorial Coliseum for the next for 2 or 3 years while you build that thing. Supposedly tearing down the Coliseum isn't an option, and is it even attractive to build on the current site? Because we've said this for years. Is there a worse arena district in all of sports than what we have here in Portland? There is nothing around it.
Well, I haven't been to all of them, but I can't imagine many are worse.
I mean, it's terrible. We have nothing. So
What if they just didn't play for 3 years?
be a bold
Would
strategy.
that be better?
Well, like let's say I come in and I buy the team,
Pent
right?
up demand.
And I buy it for 4 and I'm like, cool, I'm going to build a new arena. Why would I want to build the arena there when there's nothing around it? And so then that,
Well, doesn't the estate own land around the arena?
well, I think they used to control the, I don't know, like they didn't own the land, but they had right of first refusal to decide what got built. But they don't even own the arena anymore. The city is running the building. So, this is a weird thing. Whoever comes in is paying rent. So,
The
if you are
devil's
going
in the
to,
details.
yeah,
I mean,
it's in the details.
The
So
devil is in how the details of how the deal is structured.
so if that isn't the place that ultimately, because the building is going to either get redone or there's going to build a new one, where does it get built? Where else in the city? I mean, we've had this whole thing going on with the baseball stadium, because I would assume, much like the baseball stadium, if you want me to build a stadium that costs me $2 billion, I want land around it to develop that I can put up retail space and put up bars and restaurants and apartments and recoup some of my money quicker. But then that asks the question, where do you build that? Where in the
Well,
city do you build it?
I
Or
don't.
is this a case where if you do get a new arena, does it end up out in Beaverton?
Yeah, I would imagine they would put it where it is, blow up the Moda, and then they had to. I mean, there is a Coliseum right next to the Moda Center that would allow them to just play. I mean, I know it's not ideal, but they could play in Coliseum for 2 years, build the arena on top of the Moda Center, and you're done. I think that the idea would. I don't know this, but I would imagine an enticing thing for a new owner would be that it is an undeveloped kind of the area. It's like, wow, there's a lot we could do with this area. I mean, that's what Nike guy Jumptown was
Yeah.
all about.
Yep.
They already had that plan or an idea of a plan like that that got squashed.
Well, and that's
years
why
ago.
baseball wanted to put the stadium at Lloyd Center. Phil Knight wanted to dump a couple $100 million into the neighborhood in between Lloyd Center and Moda Center.
Well, he has done that.
Yeah, there was
Albina District.
yeah, and then you would have this stretch in the heart of the city from the baseball stadium, but obviously that's gone
Well,
by
the
the
problem
wayside.
the problem with that was the Blazers, the current Blazer. Well, when Paul Allen was alive, that Blazers wanted to control all that.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen. They're not just going to, oh yeah, sure, build what you need,
Yeah.
But this is going to be a new owner that I'm guessing, will want to control what's around the arena. Yes, I mean, like the way you recoup some of the money you spend on the team is to have control over some of the stuff around the arena
Yes.
where you can make a bunch of money off of it.
Yes.
It's no different than what the Major League Baseball group is trying to do.
Yep.
This is sports these days. It's not just an arena, it's everything around the arena.
Yes.
And it's creating
because there's so much money you're dumping in, you have to have a bigger return on your buck.
I would imagine that again, who knows? Who like these this is what's this is why we say the devil's in the details and who buys it and how much money they have and what land do they own and what land can they buy and where does their vision. But I would imagine that whoever buys the Blazers will get or want a new arena right where it is and then build up around it if they can. Now, if they can't do that, there's a problem. What's plan B? And that's maybe what you're saying is I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Maybe you could throw it right there on Zadell Yards. Maybe you could build a 2-story. The bottom area is the basketball arena, and up above is an outdoor baseball stadium. Yeah. Problem solved.
Well, now both the YouTube and the text line have said, why don't we just put the Blazers down at Red Tail?
Well, again, that would the baseball team is.
It was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I thought someone was actually being serious.
No,
they're just
no.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's interesting that in the near future, this is going to have to be addressed one way or another, and how that gets addressed.
That's everything.
That's everything.
I mean, it really is. It's going to be a huge part of this sale.
Yes.
Whereas in some other sales,
it's not.
It's not. Now,
no.
Look at what the Rays. So it's kind of similar to what the Rays have going on.
Sure.
Rays just sold, but they're about to finish the sale for $1.7 billion. Which doesn't that seem like a steal of a deal?
Yes.
For a sports franchise.
Absolutely. Well, it's like the Timberwolves sold for a sweetheart of a deal too.
But it's also $1.7 billion without a stadium.
Yes.
Right. So perhaps that's what ends up happening is the group that buys the Blazers, the estate says, we don't want to deal with any arena planning. We don't want to get into negotiations about that. We will sell you for X instead of Y, and you handle the arena situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it does seem like the Rays selling for 1.7, that's a discount because they have to build a new stadium.
Yeah.
So it could happen that it's that way, and then that maybe the new owner likes it better that way because they don't have to deal with the old owner with regards to it. They just have to deal with the city.
I would just like to believe, as dumb as some of the city leadership is and all of that, that allowing this to even become a thing would be such a stain on the city. And so I think that calmer heads will prevail on the part of the NBA and a part of the city, and something will get done eventually. And it's also why I want whoever buys this to just be so effing rich that it doesn't matter. When Steve Ballmer bought the Clippers and he built the Intuit Dome, it didn't matter. It's like, cool, whatever.
You want a Larry Ellison.
Yes. Give me Larry Ellison.
He's crazy, though.
I don't care.
He is.
Isn't there a crazy rich matrix? Like the crazy hot matrix?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Ellison wanted the Warriors, and they chose to not sell to him and instead went to Lacob's group.
It sounds to me like the NBA doesn't really like Larry Ellison.
It's possible.
And so if Larry Ellison is the high bidder, I don't know if he still gets the team.
I just want FU money where this doesn't. Because to be quite blunt here, without Paul Allen, we don't have the Blazers. I do believe that Portland would have left a long time ago because no one was building the Rose Garden. Just weren't. And Paul had FU money and built it. And we know it's been through all the different, versions and changing hands and this whole crap. And now it's a joint venture. And, it's partly owned by Vulcan and run by the city. And, again, devil in the details of all this. But it was ultimately saved by a guy that had enough money that he didn't care. And that's what I'm hoping for, is that someone comes in as a passion project and is like, I have so much money. It's a lesser version of the group that bought the Thorns and the Fire came in and were like, dude, lock, stock, and barrel. We're buying both, and we're building a brand new joint facility. We're spending millions of dollars. We're coming in here and we're investing in Portland. Let's effing go. Yeah. We need that, but just like 20-fold because no offense.
Get that.
Yeah, that's
you might get that. This is what I'm saying. I think it's going to be quite a bidding war. Because all these franchises are kind of a bidding war.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people want to own sports franchises.
Yes.
So perhaps you'll get that.
Yeah.
And it will be a sweetheart of a deal because of that.
And hopefully when that happens, that the area around it gets built up, because that's the travesty of it, is that area down there has Jack S going on other than the stadiums.
That is a buy low spot though.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
The Rose Quarter is a mess.
Yeah,
but it's right in the heart of the city. There's public transportation down there.
Let's go.
The arena's already there. The infrastructure is perfect for somebody who has a little bit of vision.
Yes.
And has a little bit of just can work with our quirks of a city.
Yeah. And has
because
some,
it is quite
has some deep pockets.
It is quite quirky.
Look, bottom line is Jumptown, baby. Let's go.
Jumptown. Hey, Larry Miller was smart. You made fun of Jumptown. Larry Miller was the one who wanted to make it what you're talking about.
You got it. Yeah. Well, I just don't call it Jumptown, Larry.
Well, he had to tie it into
tie it in.
Jordan brand.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You know?
Yeah. Stupid, but